How's everyone's helter-skelter listening party going on? Yeah, this has been out since 29th. It's the 12th of June now. I was wanting to, I gave it a fortnight. Been listening to it the old-fashioned way on my iPod Nano. And I was about 2009 when I first listened to Music Has the Right to Children. Yeah, Music Has the Right to Grandchildren. Yeah, because I've seen quite a lot in the comments. It's got all of us BOC fans getting together and just like, I wasn't too overly hyped. I was like very, obviously quite, I wouldn't say I was over the multiverse, over Aquarius, but I was just very glad to, I don't have a vinyl like player. I've got 2 vinyls myself, but like, I just have them on the, CD. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through them now. That's actually a bootleg. It's like I got this. It's got tracks from the cassette release, a few old tunes, volumes 1 and 2, and BOC Maximum. That was from 1996, 1995. Tourism. This was the first one I listened to. Music Has the Right to Children, 1998. I'll say I think it's tied, my favourite album's tied between it was, like Campfire, Head Phase and this. It depends on the Third Eye vibes. There we have A Beautiful Place in the Countryside, 2000. Geogaddy, I still think quite by far it's the trippiest album I've ever done. Very dark, like unsettling. 2002, 2005, their most chilled out one. How are you doing, girl? She's, I need to, there's a bit, I still need to make a video on the what situation. I'm getting off topic. 2005, Trans-Canada Highway, 2006. That's quite rare now. I mean, get a copy while you can, because I think last time I checked, it's quite expensive to get this. Tomorrow's Harvest, that came out on the 4th of June, 2013, 13 years ago. That was the last, and of course, let's get on to Boards of Canada Inferno. I'm obviously, on a bit of a cryptic deciphering quest. I know they had the listening parties had them in the churches in New York City and Los Angeles and probably other places. I'm not an obsessive BOC fan. I just love their music, and I know there's plenty of other more mysterious I just think, at first I was 2009. I was a younger guy then. I was about 21 when I first got into Boards of Canada, and obviously it felt a lot more more obscure and less well known, and I kind of liked them that way. But over the years, they have got quite a bit of a following, and Mike Sanderson and Marcus Eon. Let's read that there. My favourite tracks. I think my favourite track is You Retreat in Time and Space, because I think the first time, I wasn't sober when I listened to it for the first time. And that's my favourite. Age of Capricorn, it's another favourite. Blood in the Labyrinth, quite got that sort of classic eerie, unsettling vibes, but I loved it at the same time. Prophecy at 1420 megahertz. I've seen the video of that, the single. Nawaka, I've seen the fan-made, is that how you pronounce it? The fan-made video, the kind of Hinduism sort of themed entity. As I say, I'm not really an expert on describing, how I've not really watched it, people reviewing it on YouTube and that. I've watched the Wonky Angel, the guy who he does that for a living. He does that quite he's got the professional analysis there. Loads of other people have like, it's all over YouTube. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too, like, making too much of a big deal out of it. Yeah, another thing I'd want to mention, it's got these notes here, is Arena Americanada, is that how you pronounce it? This guy made a YouTube video, Keen Eye JD. I think he's got like 200 subscribers now. He made like a fan video or something, and the video of that track, unofficial video, has footage of a fantastic planet and that. Like these giant blue aliens treat humans like mice, and like, yeah, just like the kind of like old-fashioned nostalgia, like footage of like 1950s America, you know, like classic capitalism and all that. Yeah, I'd say this at the moment. Like I've listened to it for 2 weeks on this, and I'd say it's my second favorite album, because this was the first album I ever listened to. So this has got like a special place in my nostalgia vault. So I'd say this is like second place. It's like, obviously, because it was worth the wait. Obviously, I got like, you know, like when they were like the BOC fans, you know, like a Bleep, you know, I think there were customers from Bleep that were getting those like tapes delivered, and it was like that footage, you know, VHS tapes with a hexagon sun symbols on. I mean, yeah, I was like notified about that, and yeah, all the experts, you know, it was confirmed there was a new, and there was those posters. There was some posters in Soho, London area, and I think in Hollywood. Yeah, let's get into it. And yeah, it's very, like, how to describe it, very, like, yeah, I don't like that symbolism there. So, call me, I'm a bit of a tinfoil hat type, but Christianity, it's like kind of Western hegemony strength. It's like, it reminds me of like the strength of modern power. It's hard to describe. It's like we all have our own takes about modernity, like how it's all led to like control freaks, like the World Economic Forum, global corruption, like AI is going to enslave us, yada yada yada. How like the children, like younger generations, is it Gen Alpha and all that, they don't stand a chance against like being brainwashed, and all of this like modernity is gonna like, well, it's gonna get the West anyway. So I just like get very I don't know, melancholic, like very dark, like very sinister, like heebie-jeebies vibes. Just like all going to be living in concrete jungles. It's quite self-explanatory, but I do like, before I did like I do watch lots of videos about, you know, I don't like globalist world power. You know, there's a lot of like villains out there in positions of power, and they just want to look down on the average citizens. There's references to like how it all began, like modernity. That's the other thing about modernity. I just think modernity, we've went too far with modernity. Everyone's addicted to social media, and like we're all like there, look, soulless. People are becoming more soulless. They're becoming devoid of personality. Yeah, there it is there, the symbolism. Like imperialism, that reminds me of imperialism. I'm quite anti-imperialist. So yeah, well, whatever sort of human political system of, I don't know, that's the kind of like Western speciality, is imperialism, capitalism, all that sort of bollocks. And I'm not a professional at like, yeah, you'd have to do your homework if you want to get into detail, you know, going on the deeper subjects. Yeah, I'll put it back in there. But yeah, I like I showed you all of it, you know. So it's Warp Records. Yeah, another thing, if you want to check out the channel, Drew Come Through. Is it Drew Come Through? I'll leave it in the description. And that just tells you the meanings. Like, it's from documentaries, like from like down to the 1970s to the 1990s to, yeah, like it was 2005. You know, is it like the what's that track called? All Reasons Depends is a reference to Aleister Crowley. He's like a demonologist, kind of like, you know, he was a bit of a cultist, you know, back in the day. From the I think he lived in the Victorian times, so that was quite disturbing. It's like, just check out that channel, you see the references to father and son. Yeah, that was quite, I've seen the video of, like, you know, the online video of the references, but father and son, that was quite unsettling. Some are quite heavenly divine, some are very leave a bit of a like bad taste in your mouth. Yeah, I love, yeah, Blood in the Labyrinth. Yeah, that's reminds me of like someone's in some sort of like lost in some sort of personal hell, like an underworld or something. Just leave it to your imagination. I keep all of these. Boards of Canada. Welcome Inferno. Well worth the wait. And just the following days before, you know, like late May, the weather was very hot, so it makes a bit of a creepy coincidence there. I'll keep them. You see there's Anthrax Trin there. There's the Anthrax Trin symbol. I'll just keep the Boards of Canada between Anthrax Trin and Orteca. So yeah, I have listened to Warp Records for quite some time. I just have them on CD. I don't have many vinyls. Maybe eventually I could get some on vinyl, but like, yeah, I just have to get like a vinyl player. You know, they're not that expensive. So yeah, that's my. There's probably a lot more. I mean, I could go into detail about this, like have a few beers and like just go on all night about this. But this is, I'm very pleased to add this. I was about how old was I then? I was 25 when Tomorrow's Harvest came out. I'm 38 now. Yeah, I'm an aging millennial. I was like, I don't think you really like. I think you have to wait until you're about like 55 until you start feeling your bones when aging gets to you. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna put this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the booklet back properly. But yeah, it's up you get. Yeah, it's just like I do quite a few things on horror films as well, like physical media. So right, before I start, I've rambled on long enough. That's my yeah. I got my copy of I pre-ordered it, by the way. That's my copy of Boards of Canada Inferno. Just hope you had a good listening party.